Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, what is a key advantage of using 1-bit large language models in machine learning? They require less training data, they enhance the quality of media content processing, they significantly reduce computational resource requirements, or they improve image resolution in graphics processing. The correct answer is option C. They significantly reduce computational resource requirements. One-bit large language models or LLMs represent the most extreme form of quantization using a single bit, that is 0 or 1, for each parameter. This significantly reduces the model size and computational resource requirements compared to conventional LLMs. The concept of 1-bit LLMs was developed by a team of researchers at Microsoft Research Asia. They created BitNet, the first 1-bit quantization-aware training method for LLMs, which achieved state-of-the-art results in natural language processing tasks while reducing memory usage and energy consumption. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's episode. First question is, Galilee region, sometimes seen in the news, is located in Israel, France, South Africa, or Sri Lanka. The correct answer is option A, Israel. The Galilee region is located in northern Israel. It is bounded to the south by the Jezreel Valley, to the north by the mountains of Lebanon, to the east by the Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, and the Golan Heights, and to the west by the coastal mountain range. It's known for the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus is said to have walked on water. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements. 1. The Crime and Criminal Tracking Network and Systems project interlinks all police stations for the purpose of investigation, data analytics, research, and policy making. 2. The interoperable criminal justice system integrates police, courts, jails, forensic labs, and prosecution. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The Crime and Criminal Tracking Network and Systems project interlinks all police stations under a common application software for the purpose of investigation, data analytics, research, policy making, and providing citizen services such as reporting and tracking of complaints, etc. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The Interoperable Criminal Justice System or ICJS has been established to make the justice delivery system more effective. The main objective of the ICJS is to integrate the main pillars of criminal justice, that is the police, courts, jails, forensic lab, and prosecution. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question, with reference to K-shaped economic recovery, consider the following statements. 1. It occurs when different parts of the economy recover at different rates. 2. This concept first emerged during the Great Depression from 1929 to 1939. 3. Under it, one section of the economy begins to recover while another segment continues to struggle. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. A K-shaped economic recovery occurs when different portions of the economy recover from a recession at different rates, times, or magnitudes. Hence, statement 1 is correct. This concept first emerged in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic recovery has been fractured and uneven. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. One section of the economy begins to recover while another segment continues to struggle. The wealthiest prosper while everyone else falls behind. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, which of the following best describes the Totaliser machines being considered by the Election Commission of India or ECI? It sums up the votes from different polling stations to provide a cumulative total for each candidate. It predicts the outcome of an election based on early voting trends. It mixes votes from multiple electronic voting machines to ensure voter anonymity, or it verifies the accuracy of voter list by cross-checking with other government databases. The correct answer is option C. It mixes votes from multiple electronic voting machines to ensure voter anonymity. Totaliser machines mix votes from multiple electronic voting machines to ensure voter anonymity and prevent booth-level results from being identified. It allows votes from 14 booths to be counted together so that the voters are saved from pre-poll intimidation and post-poll harassment. Currently, the votes cast via EVMs are counted on an individual booth basis. It has been developed by the Bengaluru-based Bharat Electronics Limited and the Hyderabad-based Electronics Corporation of India Limited. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements regarding central bank digital currency, that is CBDC. 1. CBDC is a legal tender akin to sovereign paper currency issued by a central bank in digital form. 2. It is exchangeable at par with the existing currency and shall be accepted as a medium of payment. 3. CBDCs have the possibility of programming the money by tying the end use. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Central bank digital currency or CBDC is the legal tender issued by a central bank in digital form. It is akin to sovereign paper currency. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is exchangeable at par with the existing currency and shall be accepted as a medium of payment, legal tender, and a safe store of value. Hence, statement 2 is correct. CBDCs have the possibility of programming the money by tying the end use. For example, agriculture credit by banks can be programmed to ensure that it is used only at input store outlets. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question, which of the following best describes a kangaroo court? A legal court that specializes in cases related to wildlife conservation and animal rights. A temporary court is set up in remote areas to administer justice where regular courts are not accessible. A court that deals exclusively with disputes between businesses and corporations, or an informal court held by a group of people without legal authority often disregards established legal procedures and fairness. The correct answer is option D. An informal court held by a group of people without legal authority often disregards established legal procedures and fairness. Kangaroo court is an informal court held by a group of people without legal authority, often disregarding established legal procedures or fairness. It is used to refer to proceedings or activities where a judgment is made in a manner that is unfair, biased, and lacks legitimacy. It is an unlawful and false court that doesn't follow the legal standards agreed to by the community. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question, with reference to the Financial Stability and Development Council, consider the following statements. 1. Chaired by the Union Finance Minister, it aims to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism for maintaining financial stability. 2. The FSDC subcommittee has been set up under the chairmanship of the RBI Governor. 3. Its members include the heads of RBI and SEBI only. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Financial Stability and Development Council or FSDC. Chaired by the Union Finance Minister, it aims to strengthen and institutionalize the mechanism for maintaining financial stability, enhancing interregulatory coordination, and promoting financial sector development. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The FSDC subcommittee has been set up under the chairmanship of the RBI Governor. All the members of the FSDC are also members of the subcommittee. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Its members include the heads of financial sector regulators, RBI, SEBI, PFRDA, IRDA, and Forward Markets Commission. Finance Secretary and/or Secretary of the Department of Economic Affairs, Secretary of the Department of Financial Services, and Chief Economic Advisor. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Next question, regarding National Commission on Farmers or NCF under Professor Swaminathan, consider the following statements. 1. It called for the setting up of a national board for New Deal for women in agriculture. 2. It recommended a code of conduct for contract farming. 3. It recommended the fixing of the minimum support price based on C2, actual cost of production, plus 50%. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only one, only two, all three, or none? The correct answer is option B, only two. The National Commission on Farmers, that is NCF, called for the setting up of a national board for the New Deal for Women in Agriculture under the Union Ministry of Agriculture. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Union Ministry of Women and Child Development, Union Ministry of Rural Development and Union Ministry of Panchayati Raj act as co-chairs. It recommended a code of conduct for contract farming and advocated amendments in the Essential Commodities Act 1955. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It did not recommend the fixing of the minimum support price based on C2, that is actual cost of production plus 50% as demanded by the protesting farmers. It also did not recommend a legal guarantee for MSP. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding certificates of deposit or CDs. 1. It is a money market instrument offered by banks and credit unions that pays an inflation-adjusted interest rate on money held in banks for an agreed upon period. 2. A minimum amount of a CD should be rupees 1 lakh and thereafter permits multiples of it. 3. The maturity period of CDs issued by banks ranges from 1 month to 1 year. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Certificates of deposit or CDs is a negotiable unsecured money market instrument offered by banks and credit unions that pays a fixed interest rate on money held in banks for an agreed upon period. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. A minimum amount of a CD should be rupees 1 lakh and thereafter permits multiples of it. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The maturity period of CDs issued by banks ranges from 7 days to 1 year, while for all India financial institutions, this limit is from 1 year to up to 3 years from the date of issue. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Last question. Consider the following statements regarding the Central Consumer Protection Authority or CCPA. 1. It has been established by the Consumer Protection Act 2019. 2. CCPA operates under the Department of Consumer Affairs. 3. It can impose penalties of up to 1 lakh rupees with a penalty of up to 10 lakh rupees for subsequent violations on manufacturers, advertisers and endorsers for misleading advertisements. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. The Central Consumer Protection Authority has been established as provided in Section 10 of the Consumer Protection Act 2019. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The CCPA operates under the Department of Consumer Affairs. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It can impose penalties of up to 10 lakh rupees on manufacturers, advertisers and endorsers for misleading advertisements. For subsequent violations, the penalty can be up to 50 lakh rupees. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. The authority can also prohibit the endorser of a misleading advertisement from making any endorsements for up to 1 year, and for subsequent violations, the prohibition can extend up to 3 years. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Now is the time for practice question. In the history of post-independent India, Operation Gibraltar is associated with which of the following? Indo-Pakistani War of 1947 to 1948, Indo-Pakistani War of 1965, Indo-Pakistani War of 1971, or Kargil War 1999. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.